Hey, good evening. It's 6:04 p.m. It's March 8th, and I am back with another video, and I'm not going to go into my little intro, and so I skipped that. I'm just going to go straight into talking because this is not really that entertaining. It's just more of an update on how I've been doing. So, a few weeks ago, I was in Office Depot. It was like in the afternoon, and it was a spontaneous reason why I went there. Um, it wasn't pre-planned or anything. I just had to go to Office Depot to replace my screen for my monitor for my laptop. So anyway, I was in the store and I met these two men who were in Office Depot, and I thought that they were working. I thought they worked there, and the reason why I thought so is because they were dressed a lot in the colors of like Office Depot personnel. And so I walked up and asked them about, monitors. And they said, oh, we don't work here. And so we kind of got into this conversation. And then they ended up inviting me to this mixer that was going on in the community. And so I didn't think much of it, and I went home. Now, this is not a big deal, okay? But this is kind of leading into how I've been feeling lately. So, they follow up with a phone call the same night and asked me to go to this mixer, and they gave me the address and everything. And, they were saying, there's going to be people in the community there and whatever. And, it's not that I have not been social in a long time, and I'm a little reluctant to take invites at this moment from anybody because I feel like I don't know if they're perps or not. And I kept thinking back on this. I kept thinking, okay, here's the thing. I can understand if it was like a pre-arrangement, like to where there was an appointment and I ended up talking to these people. And then I would think, okay, but there was no way in the world they could have known that I was going to go to Office Depot at that time of the day. So I don't know. But anyway, I didn't go. And so just recently they followed up and said they're having another mixer and they invited me again. And, it's not that I do see a benefit to going to these sort of things, but at the same time, I also feel very uncomfortable in these situations nowadays because of everything that I went through. I don't know who I'm meeting anymore, and I feel, and I'm just being honest with my feelings. I have to express them. God knows I can't talk to anybody about this issue, but that's how I feel. I feel like I have to protect myself all the time, and maybe in time I will feel like I could go up and go and do social events and stuff like that. In the future, I think it's important to do those things, but I just have not felt like I can ever trust anyone anymore, So I just anyway, I declined, and I said that I could have a hard time making an excuse as to why. Because I don't like lying, okay, because I'm not the kind of person that really has that great of a memory to retract everything. And plus, I just feel like it makes me feel like, I don't know, it demoralizes me. It doesn't make me feel like, I'm a good person. I kind of fumbled around for something to say, this is an ordinary situation. You either say you don't go or you don't. You either do or you don't go. But in my case, it's like I feel like everything is a mental struggle, and I feel like every time I encounter people, I have to question their intentions, and I don't trust people, and it's just this whole thing that I go through because of this issue. So anyway, but I'm hoping that one day I will, and I'm trying to make progress. So the reason why I chose the name of this video is called Don't Make Excuses, Make Progress, is because I was thinking about the lame excuses that I was giving this person over the phone and me fumbling for some sort of response, a good reason why I'm not going. I don't want to go into like, oh, well, the reason why I'm not going is because I don't know if you're a perp, or I don't know if I can feel comfortable. I don't know. I can't trust anybody. That's how I truly, what my answer really would be, is that I don't trust people anymore. And I knew that was not an appropriate thing to bring up or anything, but I just really had a hard time, coming up with a good excuse. But I was thinking, I was going to name this video staying home to wash my hair. And I know that's an old excuse that people used to use if they were trying to like turn down a date or something, which I'm sure that was kind of an insult to the person who was asking. But anyway, really that's pretty much the only thing I've been up to. I did move. I changed my apartment, and I have another apartment. I'm like really tired of moving, and I hope I don't have to move again for a very long time because it's very draining. But you know, I'm pretty much settling in, and I do need a few things. You know, there's a few things I'm going to be getting rid of, and there's a few things that I kind of need to replace that have worn out or whatever. But it's nothing extravagant. You know, and I feel sometimes like, you know, I always have to kind of like justify myself, and I don't ever want to have to do that. But I know that in the past I've been persecuted over things that I think are fairly ridiculous, you know. So, and you know, it kind of disturbs you a little bit to have to deal with stuff like that. Anyway, that's pretty much all I wanted to say. You know, I'm dealing with maybe a little bit of agoraphobia, a little bit, which is not a good thing. It's not a good thing. I keep thinking, man, I gotta break this somehow. I can't live like this anymore. Like, I can't sit here and like fear, you know, having a life. Like, I rarely leave my house. I just feel like I hope that people understand why this is not a good thing, why it's not a good thing, and you know, the effects that it has on another human being. But anyway, I'm going to wrap up this video. I hope you know, you'll come back for my other video, and I've been talking about it for quite a while, and please forgive me. And you know, there's a lot that I go through when it comes to, you know, depression and stuff like that. And sometimes, you know, when it comes to my personal life, I sometimes, you know, let my depression get in the way of a lot of things that I want to do. And, you know, because I do have a lot of interest in this topic, you know, as far as anything that relates to the paranormal. And I told myself, you know, as soon as I moved and got settled in, that this is pretty much what I'm going to go back into. You know, if I have any other extra free time, is that, you know, this is the sort of stuff that I enjoy doing. So I want to get back to my video. And I think I mentioned the name of this video. It's called Witches Around the World, basically talking about witchcraft. And I'm not going to go into how people accuse me of being a witch, but I'm not a witch. But there was a time where, of course, I did have an interest in witchcraft. And you know, as you start looking into these matters, you'll understand that this is not something new. There's people who have and worship in a different way than I would say the majority of people, and some cultures look at it as a good thing, and then some cultures look at it as a bad thing. There's a mixed bag of it. And I will be going into my video a little bit later, you know, in a more formal setting, or I should say a more professional looking setting, as professional as I can get as the amateur that I am at making videos. So anyway, I'm going to wrap this one up. I hope you all have a wonderful evening. I'll be back with another one later. Take care. Bye-bye.